Netflix continues to churn out an impressive lineup of original content in 2020, earning 21 Emmy wins, second behind HBO's 30 wins, and releasing critically acclaimed series like the 4th season of The Crown, The Terrifying Haunting of Bly Manor, and the 2nd season of its bonkers adaptation of the Umbrella Academy graphic novels. So with 2020 quickly wrapping up, we compiled a list of Netflix best reviewed shows using Metacritic as our barometer. This compelling documentary series follows a competitive cheerleading team from Texas's Navarro College as they compete for another national title with their demanding coach, Monica Aldama. The Washington Post's Hank Stuver calls it an often surprisingly moving documentary series. And Vulture's Jen Chaney says Cheer is an earnest video journal about the challenges this dangerous sport poses and how the men and women who have made that sport the center of their lives rise to meet them.
Your life that you thought was real was just a dream.
This adult animated series follows Clancy, a spacecaster with a malfunctioning multiverse simulator, who leaves the comfort of his extra-dimensional home on the Chromatic Ribbon to interview beings living in other worlds. IGN's Jesse Shadeen calls The Midnight Gospel a unique experience, but viewers might as well just skip to the final episode. IndieWire's Eric Cohn says, the series forces you to push beyond the distractions of its many moving parts and appreciate the substance at its core.
I'm here to start an open conversation about sex.
Sex Education Season 2 continues to follow young Otis Milburn, played by Asa Butterfield, as he struggles to cope with the complexities of high school and the awkwardness of living with his sex therapist mother, Jean, played by Gillian Anderson. IGN's Matt Fowler says, though not as strong as Season 1, Sex Education still shines with fun characters, admirable honesty, and inclusivity. The Guardian's Lucy Mangan says, even the smallest parts have a sketched backstory and some good gags.
Hi guys, I'm from Canada. I came over in a canoe recently with Celine Dion.
Feel Good centers on May, an aspiring comedian who battles addiction and an intense romantic relationship with George. Slate's Willa Paskin says, what it lacks in rom-com purity, it makes up for in substance. I found myself rooting for the couple to stay together and also get the hell apart. Variety's Caroline Framke says, Feel Good feels low-key, insightful, and real in a way that so much of TV tries to be, but rarely achieves quite like this.
Policia.
Can I see the warrant?
I'm not obligated to show it to anybody. I have a warrant, trust me. I'm not in here without it.
In this 6-part docuseries, Immigration Nation captures the daily workings of customs enforcement agents, activists, lawmakers, and attorneys. Time Magazine's Judy Berman calls Immigration Nation easily the most important TV show of the year. And Vanity Fair's Sonia Saraya says, Immigration Nation also tells human stories, where the filmmakers sit down with migrants to hear of their particular saga of suffering. Each is like a vortex lengthening into a dimension of unfathomable personal grief.
Your ticket? Passport? Good luck in Berlin.
Set in Berlin, Unorthodox is a powerful coming-of-age story that follows a young girl who rejects her conservative Jewish upbringing. Newsday's Robert Levin calls Unorthodox an achievement of searing power and grace, attuned to big sweeping motions and small observational moments in equal measure. The Hollywood Reporter's Dan Feinberg says, Unorthodox finds a lot of humanity even in the characters who are surely villains. In The Crown's 4th season, Prince Charles falls in love with a beautiful Diana Spencer, while Queen Elizabeth II faces off against a formidable new Prime Minister named Margaret Thatcher. IGN's David Griffin says The Crown continues to prove why it's one of the best shows on television in Season 4, with amazing performances from its ensemble of characters and superb writing from showrunner Peter Morgan and his team. Vulture's Catherine Van Arendonk says, Thatcher and Diana give The Crown an energy and sense of direction it lacked in the 3rd season, and a feeling of verve the show has arguably never approached before.
Are you sure this thing actually works?
The Etsy shop I bought it from said it's fully operational.
Yeah, but it's 25 years old.
It's iconic.
Based on the best-selling book, Season 1 of the Babysitters Club centers on best friends Christy Thomas, Marianne Spire, Claudia Kishi, Stacey McGill, and Dawn Schaefer, who start their own babysitting business. Decider's Megan O'Keefe calls it a total triumph. It's sweet, funny, hopeful, but most of all, encouraging. Rolling Stone's Alan Sepinwall says, it's sweet and honest and nice in a way that feels just as refreshing as the girls' old-fashioned business model.
It's completely life-changing. I'm sure this whole experience will change our lives forever, even when this virus is gone, if it ever will be.
Lennox Hill is a docuseries that follows the lives of 4 doctors, among them 2 brain surgeons, an emergency room physician, and a chief resident OBGYN, at a renowned hospital in New York City. The Wall Street Journal's John Anderson calls it a singular piece of work about people, their work, and the place in which those people do that work. Decider's Leah Palmieri says, "The show honors them and their hard work, and you can't help but feel it in your heart."
And that's a Sharpie.
In BoJack Horseman's final season, Netflix successfully concludes its tale of the self-loathing, alcoholic ex-sitcom star in search of some redemption. IGN's Matthew Doherty says, BoJack Horseman ends its incredible run with a tense, taut, but no less hilarious second half to season 6, one that examines the very nature of our existence, the crushing blows of personal failure, and the value of the ones we hold closest to us, even if we've hurt them. Decider's Kayla Cobb says, "In the end, BoJack may have lost some friends, but in his new life, with all of his dark secrets now on display, BoJack was given something much more valuable. By living, BoJack was given a chance at true happiness." So what do you think of Metacritic's top 10 Netflix series of 2020? Let us know in the comments. And for all of your end of the year list needs, be sure to keep it locked right here on IGN.